This is my SportsMed 3 presentation on injury prevention for plantar fasciitis in hikers. My initial goal for this program is to help improve my client's injury, which is plantar fasciitis, and show ways to help improve it. I will be coaching my client with efficient ways of techniques that will help improve the severity of the injury, as well as keeping her happy with being able to still do her normal routine. My client. My client is Sofia Wagner, and she has been going hiking and backpacking for years. She has been experiencing the symptoms of plantar fasciitis right around the inner heel, which is where most people seem to experience the most pain when having plantar fasciitis. And she wants to help the plantar fasciitis improve by doing this program. For the pre-assessment, which is the baseline test, I had my subject do her normal hiking routine. For the testing information, she said that the distance was 20 miles and she hiked the Tahoe Rim Trail. Her starting pain level was about a 4, and the time of increasing pain was after 10 miles. The increasing pain level was a 5, and she described it as sharp and painful. The ending pain level was a 7.5, which is intense, and she was in the car when she described that level of pain. She did take an Advil before the hike, as well as 2 Advils 16 miles out in the hike. She also mentioned that periods of inactivity seemed to worsen the pain. So the program. I had my client do her regular hike as the baseline test. Depending on the previous hike, when the pain increased and the distance will help determine how her next hike will be adjusted. My client was also assigned stretching exercises and treatment during the program to help improve her plantar fasciitis more. So the additional treatment I had her do was some stretching exercises, one where she had a flexing point with towel for 10 reps. You can see right here, she would use the towel around her foot and then point it as well as flex it. And then for the standing stretch, she did it for 30 seconds against the wall and just held it there. For the additional treatment, I had my client use a frozen water bottle, and she would just roll her foot across it. And then I also had her use arch supporters, which will help her during her hike. Schedule. So my client did a 2-week program with 2 days of rest and treatment. The other days my client did the program, reporting back to me about her symptoms before and after the hike. So week 1, I had my client hike Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and she had Friday as a day of rest, and then she hiked Saturday, Sunday. For week 2, my client hiked Monday, Tuesday. She had Wednesday as a day of rest, and then the rest of the week she hiked. So here are the results after her hiking. So the beginning hike after the baseline test information. From the results gathered in the baseline test, I assigned my client to do a shorter hike to see if by doing this it would help the pain levels the next morning because she didn't hike as much this day. So for the distance, she hiked 14 miles. She hiked on the Heavenly Trail. Her starting pain level was a 4, and she described it as dull. The time of increasing pain was after 8 miles, and the pain level was a 5, which she said was painful. The ending pain level was a 7.5, which she described as sharp, and she did take an Advil before the hike. My client also used flip-flops after the hike, which seemed to help decrease the pain levels in her foot. From the results on Thursday in week 1, from the results gathered during the hikes over the week, I assigned my client to still do a shorter hike to help decrease the pain. So this time she did a 5-mile hike, and she was at the Heavenly Trail still. Her starting level of pain was a 1, which she described as slight. The time of increasing pain was after 5 minutes, which was earlier than usual. The increasing pain level was a 7, and she described it as sharp and burning, and the ending level pain was a 3. She did take no Advil during this hike, and the client did say that she had no pain in the morning. So the first day of rest information during my client's rest day, she did the icing with the ice bottle, which she did on her foot for 2 minutes, and she also did both the towel stretch and the standing stretch for 2 minutes. So here are the results on the hike from Wednesday, week 2. From the results gathered during the hikes over the week, I assigned my client to do a slightly longer hike because from the information that she gave me, the pain levels were decreasing. So this time she did a distance of 7 miles, and she hiked on Echo Drive sidewalk and up in the forest. Her starting level of pain was dull, and the time of increasing pain, it did not increase. So her level of pain was 2 throughout the day. She took one Advil in the morning, and she did say that there was some pain in the morning, and she did continue to wear the arch supporters, and the hike was on pavement, which was probably why her pain wasn't so increasingly strong. So the second day of rest information, my client did the icing bottle on each foot for 2 minutes, and she did the towel stretch and the standing stretch for 3 minutes this time. So the results from the hike on Sunday, week 2, which was the ending hike. From the results gathered during the hike over the 2 weeks, I assigned my client to do a longer hike to see if the 12 days she hiked and 2 days of rest with the program helped her plantar fasciitis. So this time she did a 18.5-mile hike. She hiked the Tahoe Rim Trail again, as well as what she did for her baseline test to see if there was any improvement. Her starting pain level was at 2.5. The time of increasing pain was on mile 6, and the increasing pain was about a 4. So the ending pain level she described as throbbing, which was a level 6. She did take one Advil before it, but the client also mentioned that the pain level in the mornings were decreasing since the program happened, which is a good improvement. So here are the improvement results. From the results shown throughout the week, there has been clear improvement in levels of pain for my client. So the first day she did 20 miles, starting pain was 4, the time of increasing was 10 miles, and increasing pain was 5, and the ending pain was 7.5. From the last day, she did an 18.5-mile hike. Her starting pain was 2.5, the time of increase was at mile 6, the increasing pain level was a 4, and the ending pain level was a 6. So there is clear improvement between the first day and the last day. So for after testing, after doing the program, my client noticed the results. She now wants to continue the program with me to help improve her plantar fasciitis more. That is all. Thank you.